This just in. Halloween refuses to give way to Christmas. Continues for another patch. Christmas expected to file a lawsuit. Patch 0711 starts with the last phase of the Royal Navy event marking the introduction of the Royal Navy destroyer line. The directives will continue as in the last two patches, but this time you can win Royal Navy crates, which will contain items for the new Royal Navy collection. As with the other nation collections, the Royal Navy collection allows you to mount 2 flags on British and Commonwealth ships. The main prizes are premium permanent camouflages for Hyder and Lightning. Don't forget that at the end of this update you'll have up to 48 out of the 50 guineas you need to purchase Cossack in the arsenal. You can buy extra from the premium shop to make it up to 50 if you need to. If you purchased the cheap extra 10 guineas a few weeks ago, you should have enough to get the Cossack for free halfway through this update. If you already have Cossack, buying it for guineas will give you doubloons instead. There are 2 mechanics changes currently in public test. The first, which will almost certainly make it into the live game with this patch, is a change to large caliber AP shells against destroyers. This mostly affects battleship shells, but also includes some super heavy cruisers like Kronstadt, which have calibers over 280mm. At the moment, playing a destroyer whilst being shot at by battleships can often feel a bit like this. More on that footage later, but why is playing a destroyer like this at the moment? Well, because at the moment on live, an angled destroyer can cause AP shells to arm inside the ship, meaning the destroyer takes full penetration damage of 30%. At the moment, you're better off staying flat broadside to battleships to make sure they get overpens at 10% damage. But this change means that full penetrations are no longer possible on destroyers, except Khabarovsk and Harugumo, with penetrations instead only dealing 10% damage, the same as Nova penetration. What does this mean? Well, it means you're better off staying angled, and you're more likely to survive when you try stupid moves like this. And hopefully being spotted whilst capping for half a second won't result in you being immediately deleted by one battleship salvo. The other mechanics change in test is to change the damage to torpedo bulges, AA defense, secondary guns, and completely saturated sections of ships. Now, if shells hit these areas, the ship will be dealt a guaranteed damage equal to 10% of the maximum damage of the shell or torpedo, equivalent to an overpenetration. The new mechanics will reduce the number of cases when, upon receipt of the penetration ribbon, no damage to the ship's health was inflicted. I don't think it's clear whether this will make it into the patch or not, as it's not in the official Dev News article, and I suspect further testing will be needed. There are some operations changes in this update. Ship lineups for operations Newport, Narei, Aegis, and Killer Whale have been updated. I won't go through every single change, but the summary is that all the carriers are being removed and replaced with other ship types. I can only assume that this is related to the carrier rework, which will probably see the current style of carriers being removed from the game in the next few weeks or months. I suspect these operations will then be reworked again to incorporate the new style of carrier play, and I'd be surprised if there isn't an operation focused on the new style of carrier when they launch. The main event in this update is the introduction of Twilight battles. Did you enjoy trying out Armed Race? Well, Twilight also will be a separate battle type and sees you battle in 7v7 matches on the same map as Sunray in the Darkness Halloween operation, in the ships from that operation. You start with a choice of 3 ships, Ghoul, Octopus and Leviathan, and can get access to 5 more ships, Steel Rat, Razor Worm, Scarab and Varg, as well as the mighty Rasputin itself by playing some battles. The matches start with the filth surrounding the edges of the map, but the filth slowly and relentlessly closes in during the match, squeezing the 2 teams closer and closer together. The ships all have special consumables, which include various types of heals, immunities, radars, speed and accuracy boosts. I tried out the Leviathan, which is a creepy North Carolina, and the accuracy boost is truly evil, allowing anyone with good aim to do this, and this. The Thunderstorm front mechanic is back in test, this time with much improved graphics. Unfortunately, the PTS server refused to give me a Thunderstorm match, so here are some official pictures. I'm really excited for this improvement since the current Cyclone mechanic is great from a mechanical point of view, but it really lacks a visual representation, and I really hope they make the same improvement to the main Cyclone mechanic too. 5 maps have been updated in this patch. Hotspot, Tears of the Desert, Warrior's Path, Loop, and Land of Fire have had some balance changes, minor balance changes to the position and shape of some islands. 2 last things. Concealment Expert changes described in the dev blog, which is the 10% standardization of Concealment Expert, does not appear in the current PTS round, and so will probably not be in patch 0711, but I'll keep my eye on PTS round 2 for you. Lastly, you can now get Twitch loot crates in-game by linking your Twitch and Wargaming accounts in your Wargaming account settings and then watching Twitch streams. Each hour of streams you watch will give you a chance to get one of these handsome purple crates. Well, that's it from me for Update 0711 public test. If you enjoyed watching Foghorn, please do like and subscribe and consider joining the StatsBloke Discord server, link in the description. Take care of each other, and I'll speak to you soon.